It began with a tip, a simple act of kindness at a Waffle House in Grand Bay, Alabama. It was March 1999. Tonda Dickerson, a hard-working waitress in her late 20s, accepted a lottery ticket from a regular customer. It wasn't cash. It wasn't a thank you. It was just a ticket, slipped across the counter with a wink and a smile. But it was about to change her life forever. That $1 lottery scratch-off was worth $10 million, and it was the beginning of the worst time of her life. Tonda had been working the night shift. Her fingers ached. Her feet were sore. She was divorced, raising a child, and struggling just to get by. When Edward Seward, a regular customer, left the ticket behind, no one paid much attention. But the next day, when she scratched it, everything changed. She was holding a ticket worth $10 million. Word spread fast. Co-workers gathered around her, smiling, at first. Then came the questions. Then the accusations. You see, Tonda had once joked that if any of them won, they'd split the prize. A verbal agreement. Nothing in writing. But the others, 4 co-workers, were convinced it was a pact. A promise. And when Tonda claimed the money on her own, they took her to court. Imagine it. You've just won a fortune, and within days, you're being sued. The co-workers said she'd agreed to split the winnings 5 ways. They wanted their share, over $2 million each. Tonda insisted it was nothing more than idle chatter. No one ever signed anything. The courtroom was packed. Media reports swirled. The story of a waitress turned millionaire and then turned villain in the eyes of her co-workers made headlines. In the end, the Alabama Supreme Court sided with her. There was no enforceable agreement, no contract. But victory came at a cost. Her relationships were fractured. Her co-workers hated her. And worse, someone else was watching from the shadows. Edward Seward, the man who gave her the ticket, sued next. He said Tonda had promised to buy him a truck if she won. Another claim. Another courtroom. Again, the courts ruled in Tonda's favor. She had no obligation to Seward. But lawsuits weren't the only problem now. People began to show up at her house. Strangers. Opportunists. Con artists. They knew who she was. They knew what she had. And they all wanted a piece. Trying to protect her fortune, Tonda created a corporation, GFD Investments, and gave her family shares in it. Her goal was to keep the money safe and distribute it fairly. She took her yearly payments from the lottery as annuity checks, $375,000 per year before taxes. Life should have calmed down, but trouble was far from over. While she tried to build a new life, someone from her old one would return, with a gun. February 2002. Tonda's ex-husband, Stacy Martin, showed up unexpectedly. He wasn't there to catch up. He had a gun. Tonda was kidnapped at gunpoint, forced into her own truck, and driven toward the Alabama state line. She knew he was unstable, and she feared she wouldn't make it out alive. But when they stopped near the Mississippi border, she saw her chance. She grabbed a pistol hidden in her vehicle and shot him in the chest. Stacy Martin survived, but the message was clear. The money wasn't just a blessing. It was a beacon, a curse, a target on her back. Just when it seemed things couldn't get worse, the IRS arrived. Because Tonda had given shares of her investment company to her family, the government claimed she had made taxable gifts. She owed over $1 million in taxes. Her lawyers argued it was part of a family agreement. The tax court disagreed. In 2012, years after winning the lottery, she was ordered to pay $1,119,347.90 in taxes and penalties. The dream was completely unraveling. Tonda Dickerson didn't buy a mansion. She didn't travel the world. She didn't start a lavish new life. She went back to work as a poker dealer at a casino in Biloxi, Mississippi. She lives a quiet life now, out of the public eye. Her lottery winnings, meant to bring happiness, brought only lawsuits, danger, violence, and debt. It's a story we've heard before, but we rarely listen. Winning the lottery didn't save her. It destroyed the life she once knew. And through it all, she never stopped fighting.